Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm posting a vinyl video again. There's been quite the community building up on YouTube, which is pretty cool because, not everybody I know is into vinyl, and the people I ask questions to on their various channels seem to respond with some valuable information, and I really appreciate that. I've been in school the past few months after a 14-year hiatus, so I haven't been hitting all the shops and everything as often as I usually would. But the past few weeks, maybe the past month or so, I managed to score some pretty cool records, and I'd like to share them with you now. First and foremost, I just got this. Everybody should have this record, but it's the Velvet Underground Loaded. I believe it's an original pressing. I got it for $5, and it's in near mint condition, the vinyl. The jacket's a little, it's solid and intact, but it seems like it's been sitting in like a smoker's house maybe for 20 years or so. Definitely a cool record. Needed it to complete my Velvet Underground collection. I discovered a shop in my hometown, very small town in Minnesota, that repairs people's computers, but I noticed they had stacks of vinyl, and I'm like, holy cow, I better check some out. And I found this. It's Paul Simon's Negotiations and Love Songs. I've had this on CD since I was I was in high school. It's been quite a while. I just didn't know they ever pressed it on vinyl, which is pretty cool because I'm a big Simon Garfunkel fan, Paul Simon fan, but this collection seems to, it always kind of struck a chord with me, the collection of songs. It's basically a greatest hits collection. It's got Mother and Child Reunion, Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard, Kodachrome, it's a Simon and Belt Buckle tune. Slip Sliding Away, which is one of my favorite Paul Simon songs of all time. Just really good record, good listening. If you're not like a heavy Paul Simon fan or a Simon and Garfunkel fan. This is another one I found at Jaime's Vintage Vinyl in Minneapolis. This is Paul Simon's Graceland. Another one of my favorite albums of all time. It was sealed when I bought it, and I think it's an original pressing. I don't know. It has a barcode. I'm not sure if all of them had barcodes in the 80s. I think this was released in 88. You can correct me if I'm wrong. 86. Yeah, that's the year. But anyway, Graceland, one of the greatest albums ever recorded by humans, in my personal opinion. But I was happy to find it sealed still, and I opened it, of course, listened to it. And I found some new Stones for my collection. First off, I know this is a reissue, a recent reissue, a remastered. But I actually found it at Hot Topic in the Mall of America for $20, which I was quite surprised because most record shops like Electric Fetus or Cheapo sell it for I think they were selling it for like 35, 38 somewhere. I think I saw it, which I think $20 is a pretty good deal for a brand new record. This was found by a friend of mine at a garage sale. I think he paid $1 for it. I gave him $5 for it, which is another cool score that I needed for my Rolling Stones collection. Their Satanic Majesty's Request. Anyway, this was kind of like their answer to the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. But it's a great record. It's got some cool tunes on it. She's a Rainbow, obviously. I'm gonna keep going. This one I got off a guy that I know in the Twin Cities area. It's original pressing. Got Live If You Want It, Rolling Stones. Still got the original price tag on it. I don't know if you can see it. It says 77 cents. That's pretty cool. Nice little piece of history here. Found this one at a hi-fi shop in Minneapolis. They pretty much specialize in hi-fi gear, but they sell a few records. I saw it and I grabbed it. It was only like $7, I think is what it was, but I didn't really pay attention to the fact that it says stereo on the top, and it's electronically rechanneled for stereo, so you know how good that sounds. I'll probably be selling this one on eBay shortly. I'm a huge Dylan fan. I often tell people that he is my shepherd and I am his sheep. But this is an album I just never had on vinyl for the longest time. It's one of my favorites too. It's a classic. Blood on the Tracks, seriously. Got this at the Fetus. It's original pressing. I paid $11 for it. So it's very nice, and I don't know why it took me this long to finally get it on vinyl, but I got it. And here's another one of those little accidental purchases. I saw it for real cheap. It was maybe like $5 at a used record store. Donovan, Sunshine Superman. It is electronically rechanneled for stereo. Sometimes I impulse buy and I just grab things and see, oh, that's cool, I gotta have it right now. And that's the mistake I've made on a few occasions, but it doesn't really bother me that much anyway. It's just a filler copy for now. This one is Wilco's Sky Blue Sky. I'm a fan of Wilco. I started listening to them late, probably around the time Yankee Hotel Foxtrot came out. But this album, the first time I heard this, I've had it on CD for a while too. First time I heard it, I was like, oh my god, who's this guitar player they have with them? I didn't really follow Wilco to know that they had such a great guitarist, Nels Cline, in the band, which is pretty sweet. Impossible Germany. Either way, it's just a great song, the opening track. The packaging is second to none on this record. The nice heavy-duty inner sleeves, and it's 180 gram double vinyl, and it just feels solid, which is what I really like about a lot of the new pressings that are out nowadays. This I scored used. It's John Coltrane's Blue Train. It was like $7 in the used rack, and it's in mint condition. And I just never had a copy of this on vinyl, so I thought I'd pick it up. Financial aid, student loan money. This band is perhaps my favorite new band. Favorite band currently that I'm listening to quite a bit. Gaslight Anthem. The Gaslight Anthem. American Slang. Really great record. I think this is another one of those albums where I could listen to from front to back and not even consider doubting the quality of one of the songs on the record. And while I was at it, I picked this up too. Senior and the Queen. It's an EP, double vinyl 45s. I bought it just because it was cheap. It was about $1. I got it on eBay. A lot of people don't like people buying records off eBay, but I live in such a small town, it's hard for me to actually shop for vinyl unless I travel to the Twin Cities area, which I do quite frequently anyway. But it's nice to be able to sit at home and look for the records that you really want. This one I got at Cheapo in Minneapolis in one of my trips. Now this is an 80s record, Buddy Holly Lives. They're 20 golden hits. I had this record when I was a little kid. Yes, when I was a little kid, vinyl was the only way you could really listen to music unless you were listening to the radio. But I had this when I was a little kid, and I wore it out. I still have the original copy that I had, and it's just scratches and it's just beat to hell. I'm a huge Buddy Holly fan. I love Buddy Holly. I love that whole era. Elvis, Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, old Johnny Cash. I love all that stuff. It's another recent score. Rem's Document. Got this on eBay again. I know there's reissues, but I have a thing about having the originals for some reason, if they're in good shape. And this one is in really excellent condition, so I'm happy about this one. It wasn't that much. It was probably like $7, $8 again. There was a band in the 90s that were from Minneapolis that my home state, Minnesota, that I listened to, like chronically listened to, probably about 94, 95. They had an album called Grave Dancers Union that I absolutely fell in love with. The band's called Soul Asylum. But I found this on eBay again too. This guy was selling, he's from Minneapolis, he used to own a record store. He was selling, he had like 8 or 9 sealed copies of Let Your Dim Light Shine. This is their last big album, 95, I think it came out. This was full of singles like Promises Broken, where's the, Misery obviously is the first single, which, I remember when that came out in the mid-90s, that was like the soundtrack of my summer. Because when you're young, in love, songs about that seem to make sense to you, But I'm really happy I got this. I'm still trying to find Grave Dancers Union that isn't astronomically, I don't want to say overpriced, but that album seems to be a little hard to find on vinyl. I'm going to try to find it. That and Third Eye Blind, their first record. I'm going to continue on. This is an album that Paul McCartney released a few years ago, Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. This is an British pressing, made in England, obviously. It's original, first pressing. I've listened to it a couple times. it's probably his best work that he's done since, I would actually say, since Band on the Run. I know some people might not like that, but this album is really great. Nigel Godrich produced it. He's Radiohead's producer. Really got to the core of Paul McCartney and brought out some sides of him that a lot of fans maybe not have heard, like Jenny Wren, for example. Is just a really dark and eerie acoustic, fingerstyle ballad. Just amazing stuff. I got a few more. I'm gonna try to hurry this up. Oh, I'm already beyond 10 minutes. What we're listening to right now, Elmer James, "The Sky is Crying." I've always just loved the blues, loved his sound in particular. Early on, when I started playing guitar, I was really turned on by Stevie Ray Vaughan. And as you research these musicians that are very inspiring to you, find out who inspired them. And Elmer James is one of the people that inspired Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's pretty cool how when you really get into some form of music that the path you take to find the roots of where that music came from, you can really reveal a lot about artists, your favorite artists along that path, which is pretty cool. This one I was super happy about. I know it's not the best quality sounding pressings available. It's on colored vinyl. It's a 2-disc reissue. I think this is the 40th anniversary Pet Sounds reissue when they did the box set and released it in stereo finally, like a true proper stereo mix. It's why I bought this, because I know some of you might not like it, but I prefer the actual stereo mix that was done, maybe 10 years ago or so, maybe a little bit longer. I just love the sound of the stereo pressing. Stereo mixes better, and just, and it's cool. I managed to get this. I'm gonna open this real fast. It was sealed when I got it, but I like to listen to my records rather than keep them sealed. So I'm gonna pull out one of the records here real quick. Now this is the stereo. It's on green vinyl, which is really cool. The Beach Boys have been one of my favorite bands since I was a little kid too, along with the Beatles, of course. And Pet Sounds is perhaps one of my favorite. Well, I have a lot of favorite records. I always say that, but Pet Sounds. If I were stranded on a desert island and I was given the choice of maybe 5 albums I could bring with, Pet Sounds would definitely be one of them, and the Beatles' Revolver would be another. And here, I just got this too. I'm a big Neil Young fan. Not gigantic, but this is his album, Harvest, which maybe Dan H, or I can't quite remember your name that well. If you can tell me if this is an original pressing, I'm not exactly sure. I don't really know the reprise labels and matrix numbers that well. Let me see here. It's a copyright of 1972 on there. I'll read you the matrix number. Maybe you can help me out here. Let me try to find it. Okay. There's a 311771P. And on the other side, let me find it here again. 311761Q. Now, I don't know whether or not that, that's not the catalog number. Yeah, the catalog number is MS2032, which is in the dead wax as well. It's got a little T1 on that side, and a T1 on the other side. And it also says Sterling, which I'm assuming that it was mastered at Sterling Sound. That has the initials LH right next to it, and there's a number 3 under the Sterling stamp. Maybe you can shed some light onto that. I only paid like maybe $4 for this, I think. So I think I got a good deal on it, and it sounds amazing. It sounds really, really, really nice, really clean, almost noiseless when you put the needle down, which is pretty awesome. So that's about it for now. I have a 7-page paper that I should be writing right now. But if you have any answers, Dan, I watch your videos all the time. I like your equipment in your new music room. If you can tell me from the information that I gave you from this video if this is an original pressing, I just like to know, just for reference. So I hope you guys are doing well, and if I don't get another video out by Christmas or Thanksgiving, happy holidays to everybody. Thanks.